Eastenders uncovers Greg's fate, and a new threat emerges. Eastenders finally lifted the lid on Greg's situation following his brutal clash with Zoe Slater. In earlier flashback scenes, viewers saw Zoe arrange a meeting with Greg, desperate for clues about her lost child. However, when he demanded extra cash and tried to take advantage of her, she lashed out with a lamp and fled in terror. Ever since, Zoe has been consumed by doubt, uncertain whether her actions had killed him. Her anxiety intensified when she started to believe Greg, or someone close to him, was behind the shooting that nearly took her life. Once a newspaper article named her as the target, Zoe feared she had become even more vulnerable. In the latest installment, Stacey urged Zoe to face the truth by checking Greg's flat to see if he was alive. Though hesitant, Zoe reluctantly agreed, stressing that they should keep their distance. When they reached his building, it quickly became clear Greg had survived. Stacey confronted him directly, saying, "I know what you did to her. You need to back off now." But Greg distorted events, accusing Zoe of offering far more than she admitted. He shouted threats and demanded cash as Stacey hurried back to the car. Back in Albert Square, Stacey regretted dragging Zoe there and pleaded with her to tell the police, or, at the very least, Jack Branning, still secretly the one responsible for the shooting. Zoe dismissed the idea, hinting, "There are things you don't understand," while keeping quiet about the baby. She warned Stacey she'd deny everything if pressed and make her look untrustworthy. Angry, Stacey stormed to the Vic to share the truth with Kat, only for Zoe to rush after her in an attempt to keep her quiet. But when they entered the pub, the pair were horrified to find Greg holding Kat hostage at knifepoint. As the terrifying moment played out, the burning question was clear. Can anyone stop the standoff from ending in bloodshed, or is Walford on the brink of another devastating loss? All Eastenders spoilers for next week, as legend stages dramatic return. Sharon Watts' long-awaited return to Walford is anything but smooth, as her comeback sparks confrontations, shocks, and secrets across the square. Meanwhile, Zoe Slater's hidden past begins to unravel. The Slaters are pushed to breaking point, and romantic entanglements shake up the Brannings. Elsewhere, Cindy and Jasmine stir trouble at the Albert, and family tensions threaten to split households in two. Here's your full, day-by-day guide to what's coming up in Eastenders next week. Monday, 22nd of September. The Slater family remains shaken after the previous night's drama. Zoe tries to justify her behavior to Kat, Alfie, and Stacey, but her guarded answers only make them more suspicious. Kat begins to question just how much Zoe is still hiding about her past. Meanwhile, Sharon makes her big return, stepping back into Albert Square after months away. She's stunned to see Zoe lurking outside number 31, and although Vicky and Zach are thrilled to welcome Sharon home, she is distracted by Zoe's reappearance. Determined to get clarity, Sharon later confronts Zoe at the Vic and shocks her with an unexpected olive branch, suggesting a truce. Elsewhere, Cindy officially moves into number 25, instantly creating friction between Lauren and Peter. At Jimmy's sensory class, Peter strikes up a conversation with fellow parent Demi, who clearly sees him as more than just a friendly face. Disaster also strikes when an accident at the Albert leaves Mo out of a job, and Kim worsens Howie's financial worries by accidentally ruining her expensive camera equipment. Tuesday, 23rd of September. Sharon has an awkward reunion with Phil when they bump into each other at the cafe. In a surprising twist, she asks him to babysit Albie that evening, and Phil agrees. Sharon then turns her focus to Vicky's financial troubles, but when she presses too hard, Vicky lashes out and storms away, only to cross paths with Zoe. The two women get into a heated public row that escalates until Zach and Anthony intervene, with Zach ending up hurt in the scuffle. Later, Sharon and Phil share a rare, warm moment that reminds them of their complicated history. But Sharon's peace is shattered when she comes home to find Vicky and Zach battered and upset. Furious, she storms into the Vic to confront Zoe, who retaliates by dropping a devastating revelation that leaves Sharon stunned. Meanwhile, Cindy meets Jasmine, a determined young woman who asks for work at the Albert. Cindy initially turns her away, but when Jasmine shows initiative, Cindy changes her mind and offers her a trial shift. despite Jean's disapproval. Elsewhere, Peter ignores Ian's warnings and heads out drinking with Demi. Later that night, he passionately seduces Lauren, unaware Penny has witnessed everything. Wednesday, 24th of September. Sharon refuses to accept Zoe's shocking revelation, and their row spirals out of control until Kat throws both Sharon and Vicky out of the Vic. Shaken, Sharon confides in Ian and Kathy, who caution her not to put her trust in Zoe. Upstairs at the Vic, Kat and Alfie demand the full truth from Zoe, but she continues to dodge questions. Across the square, Stacey receives life-changing news when Sean invites her and Lily to move in with him in Brazil. Lily is thrilled, but the excitement is interrupted when Kat and Zoe storm into the house mid-argument. Meanwhile, Peter and Lauren's relationship faces turbulence. Their fun night is interrupted when Oscar walks in on them, and things grow more complicated at Johnny's birthday when Penny pressures Peter to admit the truth about Demi. He avoids the confrontation, but Lauren later discovers a flirty message on his phone. Surprisingly, she brushes it off, leaving Peter wondering if their romance is built on shaky ground. At the Albert, Jasmine impresses Cindy, though Elaine remains skeptical. Oscar tries his luck with Jasmine, but Cindy privately warns her against getting tangled with the Brannings. Thursday, 25th of September. Kat tries to repair bridges by inviting Stacey to help plant a memorial in honor of Zoe's late daughter. The heartfelt gesture softens Zoe, leading to a moment of reconnection. Stacey then tells Lily she has booked their flights to Brazil, but Jean's sudden arrival forces her to confess their plan. Jean hides her disappointment, but is clearly heartbroken. Later, Stacey and Lily arrange to break the news to Ricky, but Jack turns up instead, and Lily blurts out the truth on her own. Elsewhere, Penny orchestrates an awkward coffee meeting between Lauren and Demi. The two women hit it off instantly, mocking Peter behind his back until he walks in and overhears. Hurt, he vents to Ian and Kathy, but hints at a drastic next step in his relationship. Meanwhile, Oscar sneaks a dress from the market and invites Jasmine on a date, but Cindy intervenes again, warning her to steer clear of his antics. Closing of the week. By the end of the week, Sharon reels from Zoe's shocking revelation. Zoe and Kat edge closer through shared grief, and Stacey is forced into a life-changing decision that may divide the Slaters. Peter's love life spirals out of control, Jasmine begins to shake up the Albert, and Cindy struggles to juggle the chaos of the Brannings. With secrets unraveled and new rivalries brewing, Albert Square braces for another unforgettable week of twists, tensions, and emotional fireworks. Eastenders airs Mondays to Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One and BBC iPlayer.